Good morning. My morning enthusiasm vanished since 10 times we were making this good morning. My husband didn't turn on the microphone.
Niente. Adesso
Cosa?
l'abbiamo acceso.
Tutto questo che parlavo era
Sì.
spento. Non ci credo.
Poi lo aggiungi dopo.
Fatti da solo. Come posso aggiungere dopo? Non posso. Let's start again with the morning enthusiasm. Good morning, everybody. I want you to have a stress-free travel experience. And the main goal of this video is to help you plan your packing choices in an efficient way so you won't be unprepared for your trip and know how to dress in Italy. Even that it's February, it's like 10 degrees. Piazza del Popolo. Many travelers prefer to avoid traditional tourist clothes when traveling. It's very windy and therefore very cold today. The best advice to dress for Rome is to dress layers. Italian would say cipolla style. That means onion style because onion has layers. One unexpected issue that many travelers discover once they get to Europe are the cobblestone streets. While great to look at, stone streets aren't always the easiest to walk on. From Piazza del Popolo, we arrived directly to Fontana del Babuino, which is right next to the entrance of one of the most impressive restaurants and bars that I ever saw. Elegant museum, cafe, bar, serving Roman pasta dishes, drinks, coffee, and classical sculptures. Now use your imagination to add the candlelight, soft music, because at this moment restaurant is still not open. Can you imagine more romantic place than this one? This is the part of the bar. I took a small espresso macchiato and one macaron just to taste it, and I can tell you they are absolutely delicious. We did a small break and now we're continuing towards Piazza di Spagna. Depending on the city, these streets can be also hilly, slippery when wet, and uneven. Pack a pair of dressy shoes as locals like to dine out with style and elegance. Italians take great pride in the way they look. But more importantly, they are very respectful of traditions and customs, which translates in the way they dress. This means there is no such a thing as an Italian dress code, but rather subtle rules, which may remain unnoticed for the untrained eye. The first thing to know is that Italians adapt the way they dress to the moment of the day, the occasion, and the site or place they are visiting. Some typical examples: no shorts for men in the evening, and no tank tops or other shoulder-less clothing when entering a church or cathedral. That's absolutely no. For the same reason, covered shoulders, no shorts or miniskirts are recommended when visiting Vatican. Please subscribe, because in my next video I'm going to take you exactly to the Vatican, and there I will explain exactly what is the best way to dress. And between us, entering a sacred place with sleeveless or shoulderless clothing may be interpreted as an insult. A lot of travelers do want to try to dress like the locals when they travel. They see it as a way to blend in a bit more. Of course, keep in mind that you'll still be given away by something like your hand gestures or even makeup before you even open your mouth. We love the idea of cultural immersions while traveling, and since fashion is an important part of Italian culture, what could be a more fun kind of cultural immersion than dressing as the locals do? Even if you don't mind whether you dress like the locals do, you want to forget these. The sun comes out in force almost 360 days in a row, so protect your eyes with a pair of shades. Of course, Italians love their designer sunglasses, but any frame will help you blend in. And quirky is okay too. Just check out the amazing range of sunglasses that I'm wearing on my Instagram to get some ideas.
You know, to stay in the shape, in a good shape, you have to have health, and to have health, you have to eat well. And you know, like we have holes where good and bad enter into our body and our soul, our spirit. So those are the nose, mouth, ears. So it's very important that we take care of what is coming into us, not only through our mouth, but also in our ears, through our ears. Let me know, what do you think? I would really love to know. I'm curious.
For those of you who might not be familiar with Italian aperitivo, it is by far one of the nicest traditions. It basically stands for pre-meal drink, initially created to stimulate your appetite. When you order a drink, it is generally served with a variation of snacks that ironically end up filling you up so much you can't stand the thought of actually going to dinner. So there you are, face to face with your suitcase, wondering what to wear before heading out to your first aperitivo in Rome. You, needless to say, need to look smart, as Italians are known for their impeccable sense of style, but you don't want to overdo it.
Adore Rome. You know, I wanted to show you also some places that are not so nice and not so great to visit. So there are a few restaurants that I'm going to visit which are the worst one for me in Rome, and I will not actually visit it or eat inside, but I want to show you the places that you should basically avoid when you are the first time in Rome and you're not so very well informed.
Again, when it comes to both fashion and comfort, in Italy is all about layering. Today I'm really not a great example because it's so extremely hot. But scarves are especially great for travelers. They can spice up an outfit that you've already worn 3 days in a row and can be thrown into a bag or purse to pull out when the sun sets and the weather gets chilly.
Now you have a wonderful, wonderful view to Colosseum. Something that is really annoying. The stuff there is like behaving like you're on the train station. You should just like take a sip and pay in 30 seconds. So this is absolutely not the place that I would recommend. You believe in this beauty that really exists. Look behind my back. What do you think?
Don't bear too much flesh. Italians often complain about the naked tourists during the summer months. Showing respect also means that you dress up according to the level of the place or people you are visiting. Even if there is no formal dress code mentioned, explicit dress codes are relatively rare in Italy because people usually know how to dress according to the place. This means that in the finer restaurants and in the luxury hotels, you are expected to dress accordingly. Not doing so, you may seem offensive or showing disrespect to the place and the other clients. It may also be interpreted as a sign that you expect poor service, and you may well end up receiving that as a consequence. But this is relatively rare, though. In most cases, Italians are just too polite to show any reaction or different treatment. As I already said in one of my previous videos, always check the weather forecast before your trip. Nothing will ruin your trip faster than being unprepared with the wrong clothing for the weather. Only after once you've researched the weather, you can focus on creating a capsule travel wardrobe. And what's capsule travel wardrobe? Okay, stay with me and I will explain it in the next segment.
Buongiorno. Did you have the breakfast? I love espresso on a sunny morning on a terrace with the view. Penso che sia molto basso adesso. Penso che sì, forse deve un po' alzare. Perché di nuovo il filmi da sotto, ho questa sensazione. Allora, amore mio, sei pronto da dire qualcosa riguardo la tua maglia? Sei cambiato idea? Qual è il lato oscuro di me?
Sempre quello che sta in ombra.
Però il microfono è acceso.
Sì.
Ok, dimmi una cosa. Se tu potessi cambiare qualcosa riguardo me, cosa cambieresti?
Dito mignolo.
Dito
Del
mio.
piede.
Perché c'è brutti? Diresti tutto perfetto?
Perché sei tutta perfetta. Basta?
Buongiorno.
Okay, here I have a picture but no tone, so I will use this opportunity while you're watching me talking something about beautiful mornings here, but you can't hear me. I will use this opportunity to tell you about my trick and my tips how to make a travel capsule wardrobe, and I'm following the rule of 3. The answer is to follow a very simple rule. As I said, this is more than wearing every piece you pack at least 3 times. You pack all items with the intention of wearing each item in a variety of outfits that work in at least 3 different occasion types. Okay, how I could demonstrate this? For example, you choose one skinny jeans. By adding flats or a t-shirt, high heels or a shirt, I could create different styles. If I would add a blazer, it could be a very elegant together with the high heels and some jewelry. Always select more formal dress if you are not sure what to wear.
Dentro.
Cosa?
Adesso abbiamo acceso.
Tutto questo che parlavo era
Sì.
spento. Non ci credo.
Poi lo aggiungi dopo.
Fatti da solo. Come posso aggiungere dopo? Non può. Good morning. My morning enthusiasm vanished since 10 times we were making this. Good morning. My husband didn't turn on the microphone and it was like he didn't get the camera on and stuff like this. So let's start again with the morning enthusiasm. Good morning, everybody. Today I want to ask my husband one question. Amore, sei pronto da rispondere?
Pronto?
Amore, non mi fai così tanto ridere, lo sai che devo stare
Sì, seria.
seria. Esattamente. Cosa facciamo oggi? Dove andiamo?
Un tour po' Rome.
Ah sì? E quale lato oggi?
Andremo
Quale parte?
Fontana di Trevi, il
Mi
Pantheon.
piace. Ma mi avevi detto come ti piace il mio stile?
Bello,
Sì?
sportivo, elegante, di classe.
Allora, andiamo?
Andiamo.
Andiamo. Not that he's only good looking and wonderful person, he's also making me laugh all the time.
When dressing for the weather in Italy in general, remember that the climate varies depending on where you are going. It will be relatively mild or even warm in Rome or Naples, and the south of Italy getting colder as you head north, and it's often downright bone-chilling in the winter in Milan, believe me.
I love Rome. Sweets, not only ice cream. A very crowded bar, but thanks to coronavirus, not so many tourists around, and normally this bar is overcrowded.
Since this is Rome, neutral options will always be popular, but pops of bright color are great. Loose or ill-fitting clothing, ripped or stained items, and anything designed for sport, workout.
Bucatini alla matriciana. Pasta. I love pasta.
Will look out of place in Rome, except perhaps near the Colosseum or Vatican City, where you'll almost exclusively be surrounded by other tourists.